I made this gown for my 30th birthday, inspired by 13 going on 30. And in this video, I'm taking you behind the scenes in my first show and tell of how it came to life. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, SEWrifically Sarah, and I know it's been a while, but I am excited to be back. This is the first video, well, long form video of 2026. I've been posting shorts here and there, but the last time I posted a video was back in February 2025. And so I'm very excited. This will be the first episode in my show and tell vlog series. In this series, I'll be going over my projects, things I'm working on in current time, as much as possible, get that edited out for you guys. I feel like it's faster and easier so you can see all the processes and things that I'm doing. Now, it won't be as detailed as a regular tutorial. I am still doing tutorials, but I want to just kind of show the everyday Sarah and what I'm doing. Now, if there are any specific questions of how to do certain techniques or things that I'm doing, certain sewing stuff, just drop a comment below. Let me know so I can create a tutorial specifically about that thing. So I am super excited. This first show and tell vlog will be about my birthday gown or gowns because I haven't decided. I want to create two, but I don't know if I have enough time. So we're just going to see. Currently right now, it's December 7th, 2025. My birthday is next month, January 27th, 2026. And my photo shoot, though, is January 10th, 2026. So I have basically a month to complete this gown or gowns. I'm for sure going to complete the one I'm about to tell you guys about. And we're going to see about the second one. You may or may not see it, or maybe it'll be a later project, but I would love to create both. So we just going to wing it. So the gown is going to be inspired by Jennifer Garner's dress in 13 going on 30, the very colorful, stripy dress she wore when she did the Thriller dance. That dress. So that's my inspiration. I am making something similar to that with those similar colors in a long fitted gown with a train and such. So I'm going to show you all the sketch that I created last week. And then we're gonna get into draping and pattern making. The fabric is supposed to be here on Tuesday. I got it from Kiki's Textiles. Fabric is satin spandex. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, here is the sketch that I created right here. Side note, I forgot to mention the reason why this is my inspiration. The 13 going on 30 dress is because I am turning the big 3-0. I know, I don't look like it. I actually saw this design by Kiana Bonollo. I believe that is her name. My apologies if I mispronounced that, but I'll put her Instagram name and link. She also has a YouTube channel, but I saw her post a top that has this like triangle look to it at the very top, and I really love that, and I wasn't sure how exactly I wanted to make my top. This is not the original sketch. The original sketch is right here, but I wasn't really feeling it. So when I saw the top that she posted, I said, okay, I really love that. Hers is strapless, strapless corset. Mine have straps. It's not really a corset. It will have boning, and it won't have as many boning channels as she has. And hers had a corset back as well. Mine is gonna have a zipper. So that's what it's gonna look like. It looks like a separate skirt. It's not. There's gonna be like a strip band that's going to connect the top and bottom, and then I drew out the stripes, and these are the Godets, one on each side and one on the back as well. The sides right here will also be striped, but I didn't want to actually draw that because it was distracting me. I knew it would distract me, but I know that this is going to be the same all the way through. Here's the back, of course, right here. I will have a zipper. I want to make this structured bow. I saw a tutorial that KarenM did, so I'm going to follow what she did in her tutorial. And here are my swatches, samples from Kiki's Textiles. Very close to the dress colors. So we got the lime green, we got the seafoam color. We're going to do the mauve, this magenta, this Tiffany blue, and the burgundy right here. Okay, so I'm gonna drape the top of the gown on my mannequin right here. But as far as the bottom, I'm going to use KarenM, MadebyKarenM, her spandex stretch skirt pattern with Godets. I've used it before. I love the pattern. Saves time because again, I only have a month, so as much as possible, we're gonna save time but have quality work. So I'm gonna use her pattern. Her pattern starts at the waist, whereas this is where my actual waist is right here. This black line right here. And I'm gonna only drape it to right here because it's gonna be an empire waist, basically, from the sketch. Maybe I make it empire waist. Technically, to make it more similar to the sketch, to the like dress, the actual dress, it's higher up. It's like higher up, like here. In my sketch, I put it at the waist. So let me think about it. I don't know. We're just gonna see what happens. Okay, here's how I outlined the front currently right now. This is my waistline. I decided to keep the waistline where it was because I forgot there's a band right here. So it's gonna make it still more empire anyway because it's gonna be higher than my natural waist, which is right here. And then I got the triangle, and I'm only doing half because it's gonna mirror the other half, right? So, and then the strap right here, let's turn this around. And the back, same thing. I'm going to take my muslin fabric, which is used for draping, and start tracing these pieces out. I'll show a little snippet of that as I'm doing that, and then the finished product of what the draping looks like. Once I take off all of the draping pieces, I start truing the lines as well as cut down any extra fabric. Then I pin all the pieces together to double check and correct any lines and make notch points. All right, the draping is done. Everything is pinned. So now we're just going to check to make sure everything fits correctly, and everything looks like it does. Any corrections that I need to make, I'm going to use a red pencil. And I'm also going to make notch marks at certain points so we know where things fit. So now I'm going to transfer this to pattern paper and be done with the pattern of the bodice. Okay, update. I forgot this part. Let me pull this up a little bit, actually. Anyway, I forgot to add this part right here, which is the very stripe across. I'm going to put it back on and draw this part on what I already have, and then trace out this front piece going around, because I sure did forget about that. But it's a part of the process. Okay, now this is the official finished product. I have the front piece, and for reference, it is the very front. It's not the facing. Sorry, it's late. It's like almost midnight. But anyway, I have the piece. It's right here. So that's what I was missing. So now it's completely done with the draping. And I'm going to save transferring it to a pattern tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 9th. Today's the 8th. So tomorrow's plan is to transfer this to the pattern, as well as adjust the bust size. My bust is around 32 inches. This is 34.5 inches, I believe. So I'm going to take in just the side seam. The apex width is fine. It's around the same as mine, so I'm not going to be worried about that. I will do that when I transfer to pattern paper, and then I will work on the skirt portion. That is the plan for tomorrow. Alrighty. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to unpin each of these pieces, and I'm going to place my tracing paper on top and trace them. Now, traditionally, you would use the dotting paper and get a tracing wheel and do it that way. But to me, this just saves some more time, and I like the flexibility of this paper, whereas the dotted paper is stiffer and I get the same results. So I just do that. That's my little quick way of doing this. So I'm gonna do that right now. All of the draping pieces now have been transferred to my pattern paper. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to cut out and still leave some space. I'm not going to cut it exactly around the tracing parts. I'm going to cut out the side seam side front piece and the side seam side back piece, as well as the waist strip. Well, this is the top strip and the waist strip. And the reason why is because the mannequin bust is bigger than my bust, and the mannequin waist is smaller than my waist. So I'm going to have to make adjustments. So the explanation of how to make the adjustments is very detailed, and it took over 20 minutes of already edited footage to explain, so I left it out. But if any of you want to see it, leave a comment and I'll post it as a separate tutorial. Okay, it is December 10th and we are back at it. It is 8:21. So here are the patterns for all of the bodice pieces right here, done, out the way. Side note, I just want to say that ChatGPT, yes. One time I was working on a design for one of my clients. Part of it was a pair of pants, and I took a picture of the fitting and sent it to ChatGPT, and it told me all the things that I need to alter to make it fit better. Whether that was the crotch, the rise, everything. Perfect. So I say all that to say, it's been helping me a lot with this design and how to make sure it has that really great fit, and working with the type of fabric I'm working with. And per its suggestion, I'm going to do inner lining, which I've never done inner lining before, and I'll explain that when we get there. But it'll have the bodice, main piece, inner lining, and lining is the plan. So stay tuned for that. So now we're going to get to the bottom portion of the dress, which is the mermaid skirt. Now, in this case, I am not custom making the pattern. I actually already have a pattern that I bought a while ago from KarenM. She's a designer that inspires me, that I love watching. She does amazing prom dresses. And this is her pattern, her skirt pattern with the train. So this is what we're going to use. It already has it goes from extra small to extra large. And this is for stretch only fabric. So this is not for non-stretch. She does have a non-stretch, but this is the stretch only. And what we're going to do is I'm going to trace out the size that I need with my own pattern paper. And then we're going to make the diagonal panels and really just get that narrowed down the way we like it, the way we want it on the sketch, and cut it out. And that's literally it for this whole pattern, all of it. The fabric came in a couple of days ago. The bag is heavy as crap. There's 6 different colors of the same fabric, and there's 4 yards each is what I figured. I'd rather have more than enough than not enough at all. So let's get to doing this. So I wanted to also note that we have to make 4 copies of this exact skirt pattern. We need 2 for the front and 2 for the back. And that is because the front and back, they're not symmetrical to each other on their left and right sides. And that is because when you look here at the sketch, you see that the diagonal panels are going from upper left to lower right. It's not symmetrical. If there was like an invisible center line right there in the front of the skirt, they're not symmetrical. So first I'm going to have to create 4 of these and then tape them in the middle and then draw the diagonal lines. So that is what I'm gonna do first. I'm going to quickly trace this over 4 times. Also, this mermaid skirt pattern comes with a godet right here, and I'm also going to trace this 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. There'll be 3 godets, 1 on each side seam and 1 on the center back seam. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do striped panels like on the dress. Instead, I'm splitting the godet in half, and I'm going to do 2-tone colors on each godet. And I have 6 colors, so that works out really well. So I can do 2 on each of the 3 godets and do it that way. Just makes it more simpler and gives it a little bit more dimension in the dress and complements the panels. So that's what I'm going to do with this. All right, I've already duplicated 2 of the pieces for the front. Now I'm doing the back. I really want the train to be longer, more exaggerated. It may be a little bit hard to see right here, but this line right here is where it is to the floor on me. So from here going out further, so right there, further will be more train. So I want it to be longer, and I don't want to extend this line out though, because it's not going to end up fitting. Well, I say it's not going to fit on the fabric, but to be honest, I'm cutting it in pieces, the diagonal pieces. So it may not matter. It may not matter if I just elongate that line this way, but I'm not, for the sake of ease. So I'm going to like slant it more inward and go down like that. So there's going to be a godet, a large godet in the middle, in the center back of it anyway. And I can just make the godet wider if I want to. But yeah, I think I'm just going to do that and just have it slant more inwards and then round it off right here. All right, I have copied the front pieces for the front of the skirt. I know it may be hard to see because I drew it in pencil, my apologies, but here's what they're looking like. I taped them in the middle going down right here, and the actual hem is right here. This is the original hem down here, but I wanted to hit the floor right past my heels, and that's where that line is. Now I'm about to start getting ready to draw the diagonal lines. I'm thinking that most of them are going to be like 3 to 4 inches wide. And then when you look back at the sketch or the picture of the dress, the purple stripe is really wide and the pinkish stripe is really thin. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It'll be going down from the upper left, if I'm facing it, to the bottom right downwards. All right, here are what the lines are looking like so far. I just kind of guesstimated how wide I wanted them to be based off the picture here. I didn't want them to be too wide, so I decided on 3 inches on the majority of the pieces, and then the thin pink stripe one is going to be 1.25 inches, and the big purple one, I haven't decided yet. It's probably going to be like 7 or 8 inches if I had to guess. And then the bottom pink one looks like it's the same size as the regular ones, so I'm gonna make that like a 3-inch wide, and I'm just gonna keep it going. I already, based off of my sketch, wrote down the color initials so I can quickly write them. But as I'm writing these, I'm gonna go back and make sure I add the direction of the grain on each piece, and also what piece goes to what. So I'm gonna label it by numbers. So I'm probably gonna be like 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, kind of like that. And then just mark everything really well as much as possible. So that's what's happening right now. I'm gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna go towards the back pieces. When it comes to the back, and we'll look at it more once I get there, but when it comes to the back, they meet up here. Like the back pieces start up here as well and go around. So that's how I'm gonna do it for the back. Keeps getting blurry on me. All right, I am completely done adding the diagonal lines to the front here. Really excited seeing it actually on the paper. It's going to look so good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 2 back pieces, tape the middle together, and then lay it on top of this. I'm actually this is going to be right side up right now. I'm gonna flip it so right side is facing down. I'm going to put the back on top, and then I'm going to just trace the lines so it's exactly the same. That is the plan. Well, and before I do that, I'm going to do some more markings. I'm going to mark the grain line, which I checked with ChatGPT about that, about just making sure what direction, regardless of anything, the stretchiest part has to go, of course, horizontal. But it's a 4-way stretch fabric. The other way is not as stretchy, but it does stretch. But I still want it to be consistent and making sure nothing is warped. So regardless of however I cut the pieces, they all have to be cut the same way. So let's go to the back. And I'll update y'all on just grain wise and things. I'm about to look at chat one more time. Right now I'm lining up both of the back pieces and taping them together, which I just did. And then this is the Godet piece right here. And I place it on top of where it's going to go. Ooh, blurry. So focus, okay. Place it on top where it's going to go because I was trying to make notches in the center back. As I was making the notches in the Godet, I liked it going across, like making it color blocked in this way, because this was going to be one whole color. And then I was going to divide it in half and there's going to be 2 colors. But honestly, I'm not sure how much fabric I have to be doing all of that, that much of one color. So I think it'd be better for me, it's in fourths, with no specific measurements. I just used it across from where the notches were. And I'm going to cut it just like that. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But I also want to show you guys that I elongated the train. It was, oh, I know it's hard to see, my apologies. I'm gonna put my, okay. Where the ruler was the original train line right here. So I elongated it by, I don't know, maybe 2/3 yard, 3/4 yard, something like that. Again, I didn't measure it. I just literally eyed it out and did it. So this whole thing is the train. Let me remove the Godet. So figure the Godet out. I'm gonna do the same thing with the side Godets, and just making 3 cuts in it across, so it's color blocked in that way. But like I said, I just got through taping the middle together, and now I'm going to trace the lines. I know you can't really see it in the camera right here, but the lines of the front piece that's underneath, and I'm just going to trace them as much as I can until I can't trace no more, which is at the end of the train right here, since this is the added piece. And I'm gonna make all my marks and everything as well, and I will show y'all that once I'm finished. Okay, it took me a little longer than expected, but I have marked everything on the back skirt pattern. Let me show you what I did, what all these markings mean. Same thing I did on the front. The only difference is this is going to be separated at the center back, whereas the front will continue to be together. So I got a left side and a right side. So I named what each colors are on each piece. And then I put right up on everything, signifying that the fabric is right side up when I place it. The horizontal lines are my grain lines. I just put a whole bunch everywhere. I just drew horizontal lines on everything just to know the direction of the fabric. Then I put these notch points on every strip so they will match. And for my notches, I like to do little slits, little cuts. And I did that for the entire piece here. I'm gonna start cutting everything out and then just putting everything together so it's not as confusing. I want this to be as smooth as possible with all these pieces. So I just wanted to note one thing I noticed real quick. I untaped the left center back from the right center back. And when I did that, the left was on top of the right. Of course, the lines right here are missing. So I'm going to redraw that. So just keep that in mind if this is something that you would like to do. And I'm also going to, at the end of each strip, I'm going to write CB to signify center back. I'm going to do the same thing to this one as well. So I know that those ends are center back ends that line up. That's all I wanted to notate just real quick as I took this off. So I'm going to redraw those lines and then cut everything out. All of the pieces have now been cut out, and let me tell you, it did take a while, but I got it done, okay? Now it's time to take a look at this beautiful fabric that I got from Kiki Textiles. Yes, that bag was heavy. I loved working with this fabric, just letting y'all know. So first up, we got the burgundy shiny nylon spandex. Then we have the magenta shiny nylon spandex, lime green shiny nylon spandex, the seafoam blue shiny nylon spandex, the Tiffany blue shiny nylon spandex, and last but not least, the mauve shiny nylon spandex. And besides the fact that these colors are gorgeous, the fabric itself is super easy to work with. It doesn't slip or slide or anything. Now it's time to cut everything out. I grouped the patterns by color and started cutting. And as I'm sure that you can guess, it did take quite a long time to cut everything out, for sure. All right, it is Saturday, January 3rd, checking back in here. First of all, it took so long to cut out all these pieces. Okay, it's actually a lot of pieces. Now I am currently tailor tacking. Tailor tacking is a form of outlining your pattern on your fabric. You can use a pen, a pencil, there's different ways you can chalk, or if you know just how much your seam allowance is, go based off of that. And so I'm not tailor tacking everything, I'm just tailor tacking the top and bottom portions of each piece. So I know where the hem is and I know where the waistline is, different things. I'm also doing notches as well. And then I'm leaving the sides alone because I know that's a 1/2 inch seam allowance and I'm gonna use my machine to guide me on that. So of course, with there's a lot of pieces, there's also a lot of tailor tacking. Today is a Saturday, so I have today and tomorrow. I may have like maybe 20 pieces left. So I'm just gonna get it in. Right now it's 9:46 a.m. And so I'm rocking my Kotsky bonnet and my Gojo shirt. That is the plan. I'm tailor tack and then get to sew wing. My photo shoot is next Saturday. Next Friday, I'm getting my hair done all day. And Thursday night, I have to prep to get my hair done on Friday. So I really would like to finish this by Wednesday. And it's very ambitious. I was feeling a little disheartened about finishing it on time, but I've been watching sewing vlogs. One I just watched was by Kiana Bonollo. And I'm feeling really good. I'm also on caffeine. And so I'm also okay with let's say I don't finish it on time for the photo shoot. I'm still going to continue to make it and finish it at least, at the very max, not least, at the very max by my birthday, which is January 27th. And still take pictures in it. It just won't be professional pictures. And maybe I'll get that done later. The goal is still to finish this by next Wednesday, next Thursday. I'm no longer disheartened. It's okay, everything's going the way it's supposed to go. But I'm definitely still going to post this vlog regardless of anything. So just wanted to check in, you know, and yeah. Okay, everything has been tailor tacked and put into their own sections here. Here is the front and back bodice and straps. Here are the godet pieces, back left of the skirt, back left of the skirt, back right of the skirt, front of the skirt. And I'm gonna do each section and then sew everything together. It's a lot of pieces and we'll see how long it takes me. It is 10-12 a.m. It's a Sunday morning. I will check back in. We gonna see. Okay, here's an update on how things are going. I started with the front pieces and just seeing how it's all sewn together. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna sew on a couple of more and then go ahead and put an ironing cloth on it and iron down the seams. Or maybe I just sew everything together and then go back and iron all the seams. We'll just see. And then here's of course the tailor tacking. This is the waist right here, side seam, and the start of the side seam on this side. So, pretty excited. Alrighty, I have finished the front of the skirt and just seeing it all together is making me very excited. To recap, today is Sunday, January 4th, my photo shoot January 10th. So now I'm going to either open the seams or I'm going to iron them down in the same direction. I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet. And set this aside and then work on the next section. But seeing it come together is making me excited. Oh my god. Okay, I am now pressing the skirt pieces. I finished the front, which I showed you all. I also finished the left back and right back of the skirt. And I finished the godets. Let me show you guys. I have 3 godets. This is the center back godet right here. And then I have 2 side seam godets as well. I just grabbed one of them to show you guys. Here's one of the side seam godets. So right now I'm just pressing everything. Big emphasis on pressing. You have to press your design. It makes the design. It takes it from here to all the way right here. Here, all the way right here. You gotta press. So once I'm done pressing, I am then going to sew the side seams together and add the side seam godets, and sew the center back seam together and add the center back godet. Then for the most part, the skirt portion is done. I just have to add the horsehair. Of course, I gotta fit it to make sure it fits on me, but I feel confident that it will. And then I can move on to the bodice, the top bodice parts. Hopefully I'll get to that tonight. The goal is to at least, the very least, get all the bodice pieces together, because I have the main bodice, the inner lining, and the lining. So all those together, and I want to make sure it's fitted. I know for my mannequin, right here on the princess seams, it needs to come in. I just can't remember how much. I think like a centimeter and a half. But I do have a bustier I made from this mannequin that I fitted on me. So I'm actually going to find that and compare the piece and then take it in based off of that. So that way when I try it on, I want it to be a perfect fit. So I don't have to do too much because I'm on a time crunch. So that's what we are going to do. Once I'm done sewing all the skirt pieces and godet, I will show you guys what it looks like. All right, here's what the skirt is looking like so far with the godets. Let's go around to the back here. There's the center godet and these 2 side godets. So beautiful so far. Look at all those lines matching, man. Let's go around to the front. Yes. Yes. All right, now it's time to work on the top. Alrighty, I have sewn together all of the bodice pieces, or at least like 99% of them. So here is the main outer piece right here. I went ahead and made some bias tape strips out of the Tiffany blue fabric. If you open this up, this is 1 3/4 inches. And I divided them in thirds basically. So I folded one side in, and then I folded it in again like that, and I just ironed everything down, creased everything, and that's what that looks like. So I used this to, per Kiana Bonolo's tutorial. She has a tutorial on her Basque bustier where she does this triangle keyhole effect, and she shows how to do it. So I didn't show how to do it in here. I have linked the video tutorial in the description box on how she did hers. So I basically followed what she did. I'm also going to use the bias tape that I made to do the faux boning channels. There won't actually be any boning channels in this actual top fabric. The boning will be in this inner line, this white twill inner lining fabric that I have right here. The boning will go there. So I'm just making some faux boning pieces. So I'm gonna place them right here on the princess seams for sure. I wanted to do it in the middle. However, I don't like, because I already did this here, covering it like this doesn't look right. Or even if I start right here and bend over the end, it's just not gonna look right. So this may have to be a seam, and that wasn't the plan. But I don't know. Let's see what I come up with. Then I'm gonna add I'm gonna add faux channel boning to the back princess seams. I'm not gonna add any on the side seams. I don't know. I mean, I may, but I haven't tried it on yet, so I don't know how it's gonna fit. So I may leave it alone for right now. Anyway, this is the lining to the strap, and this is the main fabric of the strap. Here, I'm going to open all the seams and iron everything. Make sure I sew that. So how I'm thinking I'm going to do this is that I'm going to sandwich all of these. This is the line. So again, main fabric, inner lining, lining. They're all just going to be sandwiched together. Just baste everything all the way around. I'm going to tuck the V parts of the lining, inner lining in, and sew right on top to connect these pieces. And then I'm gonna add the strip that goes to the bottom hem of this, and then the upper top strip portion. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna see. Okay, what I decided to just do is to add a zipper into the inner lining, because the inner lining is the main base of everything. The outer shell part and the lining are based off of this. And this is a temporary zipper I put in here, and I tried it on to see how it fit, and it fit pretty well, except right here on the sides, and I penciled myself while I was in it. It was this big. It was really loose right here. So I pinned it while it was on me, and then drew some pencil lines here on both sides. So I'm going to take it in here, and I'm also going to take it in, of course, on both of the other pieces as well, and on the mid strip right here, and take it in. That is the plan. Okay, now we're about to sew more things together. By the way, it is 2:19 a.m. January 9th, Friday, which means photo shoot is tomorrow. So we're gonna see what happens. we're going to sew together the top part right here of the bodice. I got right sides together, the lining piece and the main fabric. And then I have the inner lining of the bodice and the black boning channels. This boning is from Joann's. I also had a stockpile of some plastic boning. So I cut the boning, took out the plastic, and placed the channels where I wanted them to be. And I'm gonna sew these on. The side seams of this is already corrected. Then of the outside fabric, which is really pretty, I pinned on the faux boning channels. Also pinned the corrected side seam amount. So I'm gonna sew that as well. Then also I decided to put 2 of the faux boning channels. It is, yo, I'm on caffeine. Sorry. I decided to put 2 of the faux boning channels in the middle right here. And what I'm gonna do is tuck the top parts over, so that way the diagonal still shows the bottom of the triangle. You hear my dog? Okay. So that's what I decided to do here, so that way it'll work. Got these straps, right sides together, lining and main fabric. Hold on, Angel. Hold on. Lining right here. I have pinned how much to take in on the side seams, just like on the other 2. And I adjusted the mid waist strip right here. Hold on. I adjusted the mid strip right here on the side seams, since I had to adjust on the main bodices. And I gotta take my dog outside. Hold on. Okay, so update. It is 5 o'clock Friday night. Tomorrow's my photo shoot. I just got back from my hair appointment. I cut my hair and colored it. Whoop. And I'm on 2.5 hours of sleep because I've still been sewing this. So here's what the top is looking like so far, guys. Woo! So I sandwiched all 3 layers together. So the lining is right here, of course, and then the inside is the inner lining, and the inner lining has the plastic boning and everything. So I just basted all 3 of these layers together. Now I'm going to add the mid-waist piece right here, sew that on, and I'm going to add the top piece with the straps right here. I'm gonna add both of these pieces right now. After that, I'm gonna clean up the side seams of this skirt, cut it down a little bit. Right now it's 1 inch, and I'm pretty sure I can fit it. It stretches. I'm gonna cut it down to 5/8 inch seam allowance, and then sew on the top. Then I just have to add the zipper and do the horsehair hem, which is not hard, but it's a really long circle hem, so it's gonna take a minute on that. I really want to knock this out in 4 hours. So I want to knock this out by no later than 9 o'clock, and then I have to get my nails ready and just get ready for, pack all my stuff up for tomorrow, tomorrow's photo shoot. All right, I'm also on caffeine. Okay, update. I can't remember what I said last. It is 10:41 p.m. right now on Friday. I'm exhausted. I've done all that I could do. It's good enough for the photo shoot. There are things, of course, that if I had more time, I would redo, clean up more. One thing, okay, you know what? Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Okay, let's start at the back. So if you look closer and you notice, there's no hem on this dress. Originally, and I still will, just not for tomorrow, have a horsehair hem, I don't have the energy to do that. Great thing is that the satin spandex does not fray at the ends. So I just took my scissors and just evened it out as much as possible. A lot of it was already pretty even, and I'm gonna leave it alone. It's totally fine. We cannot tell. So that's one thing. Another thing is, which I think I will actually redo this because it's gonna irk me. I decided to do, first of all, I decided to do a regular zipper, which normally I would not do. But an invisible zipper was gonna take me longer to do. So I need to like go and press this down. But yeah, but I want to redo this side. Okay, it's off. Okay, it's off. So I am going to redo that. I am going to redo that. All right, let's look at the front. Front wise, it's actually pretty good. I hand stitched this under right here. When I try this on, it pulls right here, and it's because the lining is not sitting correctly. Don't have time to fix that. It is what it is. Also on the straps, I had semi tried on the top, and it seemed the straps were gonna be too tight, so I loosened them by an inch on each strap, and it made it a little too loose at the top of it. But hey, it's gonna work. It's totally fine. Otherwise, the hips, everything fits really well. I think right now I'm just tired, but this is gonna be gorgeous in pictures. And oh yeah, I'm not gonna have enough time to do the bow. I really wanted to, and I may still do it anyway after the fact, but as of for tomorrow, I just can't. So yeah, that's where we're at, y'all. I will be showing you all. I'll have one of my friends coming to help me. She'll capture content for me to show in this video. So stay tuned for tomorrow, because I'm going to bed. We did it. We did it. We made it on time, y'all. Let's reflect for a moment. Side note, this is part of, this is one of the outfits I wore for my birthday photo shoot. I had 3 outfits in total, and one of them was the gown I made, and the other 2 I got from Shein. So this is one of those outfits. Let's reflect real quick about the dress, and I'm assuming that I've already showed you guys how the photo shoot went, the gorgeous pictures that my photographer Nelly Hernandez took. Like, she is chef's kiss. While I was wearing the dress, the right strap popped off, like halfway, it popped off. So I realize now I sewed once over it, but I should have sewn multiple times, and I wasn't even thinking about it. So reflect. I didn't get a chance to straighten out the zipper. The zipper was straight, but the seam, the line wasn't straight, and that's a pet peeve of mine, and I did not get a chance to do so today after I got up. I was so tired last night, okay? It photographed very beautifully. I'm glad I was able to get it out there. For sure, there are things I would do differently. I would definitely do the horsehair hem. I would have secured the straps more. Also, the strap was kind of gaping right here in the back, so I would have pulled it down some. What else would I have done? I would have done an invisible zipper and not a regular zipper. I would have done that. And for sure, I would have done my bow. The big structured bow I was going to do on the back, which I may still do at some point to add to it. I'm probably going to wear the dress again for some more content and things. So if I do, then I will insert it, or I've already inserted it. I don't know, we'll see. But besides those things, everything else was great. The panels, I love how I'll show it. I'll make sure I get some footage. But if you see it, I mean, it matches. The panels match on the sides. I'm so satisfied. It looks so beautiful. The satin spandex or shiny spandex, which is what it's called on Kiki's Textiles on their website. I'll have it linked below. Love it. Love their fabric. Oh my gosh. The fabric is gorgeous. Colors, it's a great homage to 13 going on 30. I absolutely love it. So, not to be long-winded, but overall, thank the Most High. I mean, I really thought there for a minute I wasn't going to do it in time, and I'm so glad I pushed through it and did it. Tomorrow I'm gonna take the day off. I'm about to enter prom season. Okay, it's actually gonna be my first prom season, and I'm only doing 2 prom girls. I feel like that's all I could handle, and it's very extravagant gowns. So I'll be vlogging that experience for you all so you can kind of see what it looks like. I'm really excited about that, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching this vlog. Let me know your thoughts on the dress or things you may have done differently, or any questions about some of the specifics that I did. Just let me know and I will reply back to you.